Zenless Zone Zero is sort of like every other hack and slash gacha game out there except, actually good. I must warn you though, playing this game has a side effect of making you completely infertile, as deep within the code lies a function that, upon opening the game, sends 5G waves throughout every cell in your body and alters your DNA. Long story short, if you try to reproduce, these sperm or egg cells will say, "Nah fam, I'm good," and instantly self-destruct for the good of the human race. God forbid we have any more fuckers like you crawling around, am I right? If you play this game, I'm sorry for your loss. And if you don't play this game, run. Run. Keep running. And whatever you do, whatever character with jiggly tits they add next, do not look back. It's too late for me, champ. Just tell my family I love them. The Cunning Hares. Anby. A few years ago, we'd call somebody with her demeanor autistic, but now that she has a long and sharp weapon, we don't bully her anymore. If you're an OG of this game, first off, I'm once again sorry for your loss. But aside from that, you'd remember that Anby was deadass walking around with no pants under the short-ass skirt. Just underwear. And honestly, I do be doing this sometimes too, you know? Easy access for the homies and whatnot. But it was too much spice for a game that was in beta, so they had to give her pants. I really don't care, but censorship is censorship, so I thought I'd make that little fact known. Anby is an electrical stun agent. She stabs you with the sword, and then the taser does the stunning. Billy Kid. He has 2 revolvers that seem to have the ability to magically manifest more than 6 bullets despite having a 6-bullet chamber. This does not anger me at all in the slightest as an American. Billy Kid is a physical attack agent because last time I checked, bullets were definitely made of physical matter. I'm glad that I paid attention in science class. Next up, Nicole Demara. If I had a buck for every time a pink-haired woman used black holes to eviscerate her enemies via Hawking radiation, I'd have $2. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird enough that it's happened twice. Nicole is an ether support agent, although you could call her a marriage counselor or a birthday party because, well, she has a magical way of bringing people together. The theory of relativity is a hell of a drug. Nicole is the Mr. Krabs of this game. It wouldn't surprise me if the other members were getting paid in packing peanuts. I bet that mole on her tit is fake too. Yeah, I said it. Nekomata. Upon first glance, you may assume that Nekomata is just the most masculine Thai male, but you can breathe a sigh of relief because she's just the 4th member of this little group, who somehow, despite being one of the easiest characters to pull in the fucking game, still eludes my grasp to this day. Nekomata is a physical attack agent who scratches the fuck out of people, much like my old cat who sadly passed away from cancer. That little fucker scratched the shit out of me when I was a toddler, probably because I was hugging her, and by hugging her I mean slowly choking the life out of her. But me and that cat got beef, and we will be taking said beef outside of the pearly gates when I get up there. Next faction, Belobog Heavy Industries. Grace is one of my favorite genres of character. She refers to her mechanical creations as her children, and just like me, she has no qualms about hurling her own children towards her enemies at breakneck speed. If only the women I talk to could see the benefits of using her own children as projectile weapons, you know? Punk that little fucker like a damn baseball for not getting me my beer from the fridge. Grace is an electrical anomaly agent who is a walking danger to machinery and people with pacemakers alike. And yes, the close-up of her bare feet is very important to the overall lore and world making of this game. Anton is the shonen anime protagonist of this game. He likes many things, like heavy machinery and going to the gym. I also happen to like one of those things. Anton is an electrical attack agent with a fucking drill mounted on his arm. Holy shit, that cannot be safe. He's not even wearing a visor, he's just raw dogging that shit. Ben is a large mammal who wandered onto a construction site, put on a hard hat, and started receiving a weekly check. Ben is a fire defense agent. He's armed with a giant battering ram that serves 2 functions. The first is to rocket towards and blow up anybody who crosses the yellow line at the construction site with fire damage. You didn't see the caution tape as you were walking down the street looking at your phone? Well, I hope you're not too fond of having your atoms bonded. Oh yeah, and the second function is to be used as a stepping stool for Kolita Belobog when she needs help grabbing her cotton candy flavored vape from the top shelf or whatever it is that short people do. Despite Kolita sporting the stature of the average 5'11" male, she stays strapped with a giant hammer and a wrench. Also, the hammer's got dynamite strapped to it. Kolita is a fire stun agent, and you should handle her the same way you would handle a Latina. If she starts yelling at you in another language, just smile and nod. Also make sure that she doesn't have access to sharp weapons when she's angry, and you should be relatively safe, but if she gets nail extensions, yeah, you're cooked, bruh. Alright, next faction, Victoria Housekeeping. Von Lycan. Now I know what you're thinking. There's no way in hell a dude named Von is sipping tea and dusting lamps, but you'd be wrong. Lycan is a wolf Tyran, which is basically just a furry, and the first member of Victoria Housekeeping. Unlike his counterpart in the rap game that passed away too soon, Lycan is polite. He spends hours brushing his tail every morning with a special conditioner. Lycan is a freeze attack agent. He has his legs fitted with... Actually, I have no idea what these weapons are. He might have just strapped air conditioners to those bitches. But according to this small, pitiful child with a buzzsaw, they require constant maintenance and lubrication. Oh yeah, speaking of small, pitiful children. Corin, despite wielding a buzzsaw like it's a Splatoon roller of death, calling her a stupid poopy head would most likely cause her to spiral into an episode of depression and attempt suicide. Combined with how she has the dexterity of a chimpanzee, and I'm genuinely surprised that she hasn't stabbed herself with her own saw yet. Corin is a physical attack character who should be given a wide berth when armed, lest you want to be given the authentic Doom 2016 experience. Alexandrina. Rena is an electrical support agent who uses these two doll-looking thingies to literally rain down destruction and electricity on her victims. She also may or may not be mentally insane, but if she is damn good at fooling me. Although, that smile is not one of a mentally stable woman, I'll tell you that. Ellen is the result of somebody looking at a girl with black lipstick and somehow thinking that she can be trusted with long and sharp objects. Oh, but Ellen doesn't have black lipstick. Shut up, nigga. As another ice ability user, Ellen sends her targets into hyperthermic shock by repeatedly dousing them with buckets of water straight out of the Atlantic. Also, she seems to be the internet's favorite character for some reason. Next up, Obel Squad. Although it's not really a squad, it's more of a solo act right now. Soldier 11. People ask me sometimes, why do you play Soldier 11? Isn't she just that autistic girl, but with a flaming machete instead of a taser sword? Why, yes. Yes, she is. But what type of man would I be if I saw a woman with a big fire weapon and didn't main her instantly? Soldier 11 is a fire attack agent who subtracts 20 frames from my monitor every time she so much as uses a single ability. Next up, Criminal Investigation Special Response. Phew. Thank God I was able to shoplift that singular slice of bread. Now my darling children won't be forced to go hungry. Oh, good evening, officer. Yeah, this bread? Well, yes, I stole it, but we have no more money. I had to pay for my eldest son's tuition. My mother's in the hospital, and I just need this bread so my young twins can have some warm... Fire as well! Zuyin is an ether attack agent. Instead of Swiss cheesing yo as the young niggas say, you are now forced to watch in horror as your body gets simultaneously shredded and corrupted into a being that is beyond your comprehension. Qing Yi. When the police department said that we were going to be investing in robotics to keep our city and citizens safe, I was thinking more along the lines of RoboCop, but I guess this works fine too. Qing Yi's an electrical stun agent. Being a robot, she has expertly calculated that the most efficient way to commit maximum police brutality is to use a really long stick and fry everything within 5 feet with 9,000 joules of raw energy. But she has the Miku haircut, and everybody knows that women who have the Miku haircut are incapable of doing anything wrong. So she gets past. Seth fuses together the best parts of being the average Polish male with the best parts of being an American police officer. On that note, Seth is an electrical defense agent. His riot shield doubles as a claymore. However, because he is a rookie, he often forgets that you have to hide behind the shield when you're vulnerable, not the other way around. He has a fluffy tail and ears though, so I guess he gets past. Jang Do is literally a rat in every sense of the word. She's also undoubtedly a woman, which I can expertly discern by the lack of massive testicles that male rats have. Even though we've gotten upwards of 5 new additions to the game since her release, Jane Doe has pretty much single-handedly been carrying this game's marketing on her back. In addition, her name, Jane Doe, is a reference to the fact that you're never sure whether she's about to stab someone and take their money or give them a hand job. Like, seriously, Jane, sexual harassment is not cool and I cannot look past it. Jane Doe is a physical attack agent, and as she is guilty of sexual harassment, she does not get a pass. The Sons of Kaladin is quite possibly the worst name I can think of for a faction consisting almost entirely of women, but fuck it, we ball. Luciana is armed with a spiked bat and her army of simps. Similar to OnlyFans models, she sees these pigs as tools to be punted into orbit and detonated at her leisure. Luciana is a fire support agent. I like playing her because she allows me to feel the satisfaction I get from beating homeless crackheads with baseball bats in the middle of the night without actually having to go outside. Piper Wheel is a fucking enigma. She acts like a 70-year-old despite looking like she should be, I don't know, making TikToks and coloring or something. My name isn't P. Diddy. I don't know what young girls are up to nowadays. Either Piper has the best plastic surgeon in all of the multiverse, or someone is fucking lying to me. Piper is a physical anomaly agent. She spins around and amputates everyone from the waist down, without their consent, of course. Caesar. I've tried my hardest to keep the jokes tasteful throughout this video, but forgive me, Lord, I must point out the two massive elephants in the room. Caesar's breasts must be made out of gelatin or something, because god damn. Caesar is a physical defense agent because, bro, be honest, bullets are just gonna bounce off of this shit, bro. God damn! Lighter. This game doesn't have very many male characters, like seriously, it's a snow bunny blizzard, nothing but snow bunnies as far as the eye can see, but out of all the male characters, my favorite would either have to be Lighter or Billy. Lighter is really cool because he wasn't able to figure out whether he wanted to blow people up or hit them, so he strapped dynamite to his fist and decided to do both. Lighter is a fire stun agent, aimed with a gauntlet that probably has some sort of plot significance that I've already forgotten because the character in question doesn't have massive tits. Bernice. Out of all the characters on this list, I think Bernice is the one that most people will actually be familiar with. She is the subject of this fuck-ass song, which still shows up on my Twitter timeline occasionally.
Mocktails fix her eyes. The snacks are real nice. Soda stomach's dry. I'm lit, you can't deny.
On everybody's soul but mine. This song goes so hard, bro. You should all give it a listen, bro. This song goes so hard on everybody's soul but mine. Oh yeah, also Bernice is a fire anomaly agent, just in case you were unable to tell from the two giant flamethrowers she lugs around everywhere. Possibly a pyrophiliac. Section 6. At the time that this script was originally written, Sokaku was the only playable Section 6 agent. So I'm kinda glad I held off on uploading it for such a long time, because now she's got some friends. Sokaku is an ice support agent, and once again, if I had a nickel for every petite character in this game that wields a weapon equal to or greater than their own body weight, I would have 2 nickels. Sokaku uses her giant fan to vigorously fan her enemies. This air conditions them so hard that they freeze and fucking die. Next up, Yanagi. Yanagi is Nicole if she was cool. She's got the poses, a bigger weapon, and she probably files all of her taxes on time. It's a shame that I can't relate. Anyways, Yanagi is an electrical anomaly agent who pokes her opponents with a large stick. But this stick is Japanese, so it's cool. Also, her tits are massive, and you know what else is massive? Low taper fade. Man, it's crazy how massive the low taper fade me. Next up, Miyabi. This game didn't have enough autistic women or cat girls, so here Miyabi comes to save the day. Miyabi is yet another straight-faced sword user. But wait, because while Hoyoverse might have just copied the average catgirl design that every Redditor has as their lock screen and called it a day, they locked the fuck in with the moveset. This shit looks awesome. Miyabi is a freeze anomaly agent because the anomaly agents get all the cool moves and it's not fair. Hold up. Upon revising the script for the 6th going on 7th time, I've realized that I can't find what the fuck Miyabi actually is anywhere online. She could be a fox furry, a cat, or even a hare, and I'd have no idea. It's sort of like how YouTubers will just put some ears on a character and it's not 100% certain what animal they are until they clarify that they're actually the rare piss cum gecko VTuber from the forests of Madagascar. Oh yeah, and also, in Hoyoverse's Infinite Wisdom, instead of making Miyabi a freeze agent, like Sokaku, Ellen, and Lycan, they decided to make her a frost agent. And no, they are not the same, because fuck you. Finally, we got Asaba Harumasa. Asaba Harumasa is yet another electrical anomaly agent who at the time of writing is currently being given away for free, so you better log the fuck on. Harumasa is another rare male character, which means that this moveset is going to be fire. Honestly, if Marvel's Hawkeye was even slightly like this guy, people might like him a little more. Alright, let's wrap this up. This video is destined to age poorly. That's just the nature of online games. If you like this video and you want more, too bad, because I'm not doing this again until at least 5 to 7 more characters are added to this game. Let us all pray that I'm able to break my Hoyoverse game addiction. Also, Hoyo, please stop adding electrical agents to this game. We already have so many. Can we please have some ether agents? We literally have 2 right now. Special thanks to the channel members, Refi and I Love Latinas. That's all. See ya.
This a 2G Glock. On the phone finna catch this 2G pop. I'm on tour pouring up every pit stop. Nigga reach for this chain, get shit pop.